Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you to the School of Engineering, Temasek Polytechnic. I welcome all parents and potential students who have gathered today to hear more about the School of Engineering. Today, I have with me all the course chairs of the different diplomas who can answer your questions towards the end during the Q&A session. Please feel free to post your questions on the YouTube chat. My name is Kalai, and I am the Assistant Director taking care of academic and skills at the School of Engineering. Temasek Polytechnic started off in 1990. With 30 years in the business, we have more than 100K alumni in various sectors of the industry. Comprising of 6 schools, Temasek Polytechnic offers 37 full-time diplomas and over 40 part-time courses. Every year, we have about 14,000 full-time students on our vibrant campus being facilitated and guided by about 1,450 full-time, passionate and dedicated staff. With much emphasis on global exposure for wholesome development, a lot of our students, in fact, I can say every student and staff has ample opportunities for overseas experiences. Every year, we have about 4,300 graduates passing through our portals into the real world of work and further studies. They are recognized by over 200 industry-sponsored awards and prizes for their achievements during the 3 years in TP. TP has, when I say TP, I'm referring to Temasek Polytechnic. TP has a very rich sporting culture. Our tally of medals stands testimony to this. And besides sports, we also have over 100 CCAs spanning arts, culture, the diploma clubs, as well as community clubs. So you can see that our campus will be a very vibrant campus all through the day and almost until 9 p.m. every day, because we also have industry people coming in to upgrade themselves through our part-time courses. What then is School of Engineering is all about? Let me take you through what the school has to offer in order to nurture the students who come to us. So we go from the beginning.
We engineer your future. At Temasek Polytechnic, we work with the top industry leaders so that you get your hands on technology when it's invented, not when it's printed on textbooks. At Temasek Polytechnic, cutting-edge manufacturing centers allow you to explore the future of Industry 4.0 before you even take the first step into the working world. At Temasek Polytechnic, students learn real skills that will help you fly high and go far. Our lecturers are your friends. They're also industry experts from around the world, here to use their extensive knowledge to expand yours. Here, all the resources that you could ever need to unleash your full creative potential are available at the simple tap of your Temasek Polytechnic student ID card. Feel free to remotely program our robots from the comforts of your bedroom or 3D print the product of your dreams. At Temasek Polytechnic, we make real, tangible contributions to society, such as the world's smallest and lightest hydrogen fuel cell, the first automated wearable artificial kidney, or our 3D printed dental crowns. Industry-changing ideas that were born and bred right here on our campus. Oh, and by the way, we're located right beside Bedok Reservoir, giving us easy access to our partner programs with SUTD and SIT, and of course, a really, really big backyard. At Temasek Polytechnic, we go above and beyond to bring the world of engineering to your fingertips. Whether you're into robots, drones, airplanes, race cars, or just dreaming up a whole new world in your mind. At Temasek Polytechnic, we engineer your future.
Okay, so how do we engineer your future? We offer 10 diplomas spanning across various industry sectors. We have courses from the aviation and aerospace sector. We also have courses from the biomedical engineering sector. We have the other courses from the built environment sector, and finally from the advanced manufacturing sector as well. We also have a common engineering program. As you watch the video, you would have realized that we keep our curriculum always relevant, even before things become full-fledged. We are always watching the industry and keeping pace with it. All right, on Monday, you would be receiving your results, and I'm sure you would be faced with the onerous task of making a choice of the course that is best suitable for your interest and your passion. It's no mean task, given that all the polytechnics are offering so very many courses, 191 of them. However, this session, I'm going to take you through a very brief overview about the focus for our engineering courses. This, I hope, will give you the necessary background to make an informed decision when you choose your courses for the JAE exercise. Well, let's say you are a person who is very interested in the aviation and aerospace sector. Then, if that is the case, you have the choice of the 3 courses, namely aviation management, aerospace electronics, and aerospace engineering. All right, now, which of these then do you choose? If you're someone who is interested in what's happening at the airport, for example, you would like to work in passenger services, baggage handling, flight planning, or even air traffic control, then aviation management is the course for you. They equip you with all the necessary management and service skills to be able to do that. But let's say you are fascinated with planes, but you'd rather be working on the electronics and the electrical systems that control the plane itself, at the cockpit, communication with the air traffic control, or even managing the in-flight entertainment system, and how it helps the plane to navigate through space. Now, if that is your interest, aerospace electronics is a suitable course. But would you rather know more about what makes aeroplanes fly, the physics behind it, the aerodynamics behind it, airframe structures, the engine, all right, or even how to design the mechanical aspects of the UAV? Now, if that is what you're looking for, you would then have to choose aerospace engineering. So besides these specialized courses, we also have hybrid courses such as the biomedical engineering, which is basically a marriage between the biomedical and the engineering fields. So if you're interested in taking care of the devices, the biomedical devices in the clinical part as well as the labs, and you would like to become a technologist taking care of the engineering aspects of it, then biomedical engineering could be a good choice. Now, with smart things happening all over in every industry sector, smart patient monitoring is also the in thing. Healthcare analytics is another. So these are all the areas of focus for biomedical engineering. Now let's look at the built environment cluster of courses. We have what is known as the Architectural Technology and Building Services course, or ABS for short, and also the Integrated Facility Management. Now, the ABS is a very good example of how we constantly keep track of what's happening in the industry and reposition our courses. Previously, we had the Green Building Services, which was focusing on sustainability, especially in the context of changing climate. Now, we notice that there's a lot more smart things come up, and there's this concept of the smart estates catching up. So even before it comes into the textbooks, we are ready with this reposition course. Students taking this course will be able to use software to do 3D modeling and design of buildings, simulations to test the performance of the buildings, all geared towards sustainable design, and also to use automation and control to make the building smart and to enhance their performance. Now, this is all about the ABS. Now, if you're someone who's passionate about saving the earth, doing sustainable things, and taking care of Gaia, then ABS is for you. What then is IFM all about, or Integrated Facility Management? Well, integrated facility deals with very large facilities. For example, convention centers, hospitals, universities, schools, things like the airport, Changi Airport, the Jewel at Changi Airport, Marina Bay Sands, Suntec Convention Center. Now, all these are huge facilities. So if you're someone who would like to manage these facilities, taking care of the aesthetics, the amenities, and the functionalities there, for instance, making sure that all the lifts there are working well and in an efficient manner, and also, for example, taking care of the energy consumption in the buildings, then integrated facility management is the course for you. Now, we have another group of very broad-based courses, namely the business process and systems engineering, computer engineering, electronics, and mechatronics. As I said, they are very broad-based in that they pervade across industries. Let's talk about the business process and systems engineering. Which kind of students will be the most suitable for this? Now, if you're someone who's interested in looking at the whole system, that means you want to think at the system level, how each of them work together, and you would like to make use of data and analytics in order to look at business processes, to optimize them and bring in improvements in the whole, because improvements, optimization will translate to productivity and profits, right? So if this is your cup of tea, well, you can go in for this course. You learn a lot of business and marketing strategies, as well as the systems engineering and data analytics. Now let's move on to computer engineering, electronics, and mechatronics. Now these are three pillars of the advanced manufacturing arena. Now what is advanced manufacturing? We have manufacturing in Singapore, we have electronics manufacturing, and although we know what the general concepts of electronics and mechanical are, now how do these three then contribute towards advanced manufacturing? Now, with the advent of Industry 4.0, where we use a lot of data and connectivity in order to control the way things are manufactured. For instance, last time, manufacturing used to be batch production, where you produce many units of the same thing. But now things have changed. Because of the flexibility that sensors and smart technology and data offers, you are able to do a high mix of different products, even small volumes of them, in a smart manufacturing or an advanced manufacturing environment. So then, which course should you take if you want to work in this sector? If you are very keen on the hardware, software aspects and the integration of IT to the OT, the operating technology, namely, for example, enhancing the machines using the IT, using the networking, making them smart, then computer engineering is the course for you. But let's say you're more keen on the electronics part of it. You want to be able to go in for connected electronics. You want to be able to use technologies such as artificial intelligence, edge computing, and machine learning along with your electronics. Then, if this is the area of focus, please go for electronics. Mechatronics, on the other hand, is about making use of the mechanical concepts, the design, as well as the manufacturing concepts, along with the electronics and the computer control to facilitate automation. This, I hope, has given you a very broad overview of what these courses can offer. Now, the Common Engineering program, which you see on the top, is nothing but the common year one across all these courses. There might be slight differences among the courses though. Why then do we have a Common Engineering program? You will find that the Common Engineering program has quite a number of places, for instance, 500 places, whereas the rest of the courses have lower numbers. Now, one of the reasons for this is if you're still after all the JAE counseling and after reading through the websites, you're still not able to make a decision which of these courses you would like to take, then Common Engineering is meant for you. By joining Common Engineering, you will be exposed to the basics, the fundamentals of engineering, and you could make your decision after one semester, or you could even wait further and make your decision during your second semester. But however, if you're very clear that this is the course you want, my advice to you would be to choose the course that you select, that you want, simply because now your course assignment or the course that is given to you will depend on your O-level scores. After you join the Common Engineering program, however, whether you get your course of choice will really depend on how you perform during your year one, semester one for some of the courses. And if you choose to do your streaming later, then it will depend on the whole year. So you should be mindful of whether you want to straight away make your choice now or go for the Common Engineering program. I have highlighted 3 courses in blue: the Aviation Management, Architectural Technology and Building Services, and Integrated Facility Management. Now, these 3 courses are taking their intake only during the year one. There is no streaming to these courses. So if you would like to take these courses, you should put them as one of your choices now. If you have any questions, do post them in the chat, and we should be able to take those questions during the Q&A session. Well, how do we nurture our students to be ready for the industry and also to be ready for the very challenging times we live in, especially when there are pandemics and when technology is developing too fast and too rapidly? Engineering school takes a 4-pronged approach to holistically develop, nurture our students so that we are ready for the working world. Let's look at what we have in place along these 4 aspects. Well, we take a very hands-on approach, applied learning approach. Why is this so? Because engineering is all about making and doing things. So it doesn't make sense to be just doing theory after theory. All right, so most of our subjects are 40 to 50% lab-based. In fact, as early as year one, during the prototyping subject, our students are already making line tracking robots, which can track a line on the floor and move along the line. They are also able to complete a Bluetooth speaker, which is working. What's more, they're allowed to take it home and actually use it for their own purpose. They can connect it by Bluetooth to their mobile phones and listen to music while taking a break from studies. Now, 3D printers, real working 3D printers, are being made by our students during their year 2 and year 3 across 3 subjects. They go all the way to assemble the printers, to test them, and to make sure they're ready for deployment in some of the labs on our campus. And I think the finishing touch comes when they do their major projects and they participate in competitions. For instance, the picture at the center shows a real eco car, which was developed from scratch by our students from the diplomas in mechatronics and clean energy. As you can see, students across diplomas work together because we know things in the real world are multidisciplinary. So that is also one of the things that we're very mindful of and we encourage our students to take part in multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary projects. I would like you to enjoy the whole process and the pride that our students went through when they were making this real eco car to participate in the Eco Marathon Challenge organized by Shell. And they emerged as champions 2 times in a row. Sit back and watch this video. Awesome, isn't it? To be able to start from nothing and end up with a real car, and what's more, to emerge as champions at the Asian level. That's what we are able to do, nurturing our students and prepare them at this level. Okay, we are realistic here. We do realize there's so much that can be done inside the laboratories. So all our courses have a compulsory internship, which spans from about 16 weeks to 20 weeks. They're attached to the industry, they work on the job, they acquire skills and emerge confident and ready for further enhancing their knowledge as well as for working in the real world. Besides that, we also have research projects going on in our various centers where students work alongside staff on cutting-edge projects. Now, these centers are also engineering schools' way of staying in touch with what's happening in the industry. This helps us to sense the industry needs and prepare our graduates, our students, for the real industry. For instance, what you see there is the Temasek Aviation Academy. Established 6 years ago, this academy occupies a space of about 6,000 meters. And what you see are planes there, real planes. We have a Hawker jet, for instance, which students will use during their studies, during their labs, and they get that authentic learning experience. Besides the hangar, we also have other specialized laboratories and also a Lufthansa technical training center where students undergo rigorous training. And that's where they're equipped with very fundamental skills, engineering skills, that really stand them in good stead, especially during the challenging times that we are facing now. With such skills, they are able to work in other adjacent industries, making use of whatever they have acquired so far. What's more, the aerospace courses are all recognized by Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore as an approved maintenance training organization. So this also puts us apart from the rest of the institutions. Now, besides the Temasek Aviation Academy, we have what is known as a Robotics and Automation Center. Students and staff work on building autonomous mobile robots, which we also call them as transporters. And some of these transporters are already in companies such as SSMC, helping to move wafers from one place to another on the factory floor. We also have a Digital Fabrication and Additive Manufacturing Center, where students work alongside staff who are fabricating things such as, for example, the 3D dental crowns. We have an Advanced Manufacturing Center, which is a TP Advanced Manufacturing Center, which is equipped with everything that is necessary to have a live factory which can produce things. And our curriculum has been revamped to have modules where the students will be exposed to the data as well as to the cyber-physical systems, the artificial intelligence, the intralogistics that this center is occupied with. In fact, courses across TP will tap on this center to expose our students to the cutting-edge technology. So you can see, I have only named a few centers. there are many other centers. And this is how engineering school stays at the forefront of technology, reinventing ourselves, always ready to prepare our students for the real working world. Well, we are aware when O-level students join us, Polytechnic can be a very new experience for them. So we are mindful and we keep our class size small. Maximum is about 25. At least for the first year, most subjects go into the small group teaching so that there is no more interactivity and students can learn through feedback from the lecturers. The lecturers are watching them, interacting with them, and helping them. However, gradually, they will be moved into bigger lectures so that they also get used to multiple ways of learning things. All right. Besides this, we also are aware that we get a range of students. All right. And so what we do is we challenge them with enhanced engineering skills, as well as we plan trips to industries. We take them to the real industries to see how engineering applies in real life. Because I think this is very important to motivate them, to also to make them aware what are the kind of jobs that they can apply for when they graduate. All right. So you can see we take them to places like the Marina Barrage, the new water plant, the SSMC, Makino, Oracle, just to name a few. We are also aware that on one end, we have very good students, and some of the students, because of the nature of the disciplines, they might be weak in some of the subjects or the modules. For this purpose, we have free access laboratories that are kept open until about 9 p.m. during weekdays. And students can go in there, practice the skills, especially those that they are weak in, sometimes use the time to finish up their projects or incomplete lab work. So this support system is available for them to learn better. We also have learning support programs, and we deliberately plan them during the Friday and Wednesday afternoons when students do not have timetable lessons. They can hop into any one of these sessions and then get the help of lecturers who are facilitating the session along with senior students. Now, these programs have been found very useful by students who need that extra bit of help in order to do well for their modules. Now, TPDNA is all about caring. We are very proud that we are a caring institution taking care of our students in many ways. Now, as early as 2018, the Polytechnic went through a major revamp by looking into the need for 21st century skills. Because the world is changing, automation is taking place at a faster pace, artificial intelligence, hyper-automation, you hear all these jargons, but they are not going to be just jargons. They're going to affect our lives. Imagine, for instance, Grab, Uber, Airbnb, all these didn't exist 10 years ago, but that's the new way things are evolving. So since things are evolving this way, we can no longer follow the old ways of doing things, which is why 30% of the TP curriculum has what is known as the TP fundamental modules. Now, these modules are deliberately planned to prepare our students by polishing various facets of their personalities. We want every student that passes through our portal to be lifelong learners, future-oriented creators, and value-centered leaders. With this objective in mind, we have modules such as innovation and entrepreneurship, which makes them or which prepares them to be future-oriented creators. Now, why should they be future-oriented creators? Why can't they be just the normal workers? Now, as I said, as technology enhances, as it is developing very rapidly, students should have the ability to be curious and look for opportunities so that they can tap on it and create their own things. For instance, they could come up with a startup. Carousel is one good example of that. And lifelong learners, because things are moving fast, so instead of teaching them things, we actually make them learn how to learn so that they are ready when they graduate, they can learn new things that are evolving. So that's why you see things such as leadership, to develop the leadership, current issues and critical thinking, and global studies, for instance. Now, these subjects are meant to help them improve their thinking process. Now, why is this important? Because once automation comes in, all the mundane, repetitive work will be done by machines and automation and AI. Then AI is going to churn out a lot of data and a lot of insights. Now, what you need is that critical thinking to join the dots together and make decisions, which is now called as augmented intelligence. So that could become the future, which is why we at engineering school make sure that every student is trained in data analytics and some machine learning as part of the data analytics module. And every student also goes through the fundamental coding modules, because unlike last time, it's not enough if you have the literacy and the numeracy skills. Now you need the coding and analytic skills as well. So you can see that there is a deliberate effort to plan, to prepare our students for the future. As I said, we are very caring. The moment the student joins us, he or she will be in a care group and associated with a care person. The care person stays with the student all through the years in TP until they graduate, providing them assistance in and administrative matters as well as pastoral care. We also have a student care services, which takes care of many aspects of student life on the campus. And we do want to nurture that caring spirit among our students as well, which is why we have a Campus Care Network Day when students do fun things, selling, making food, selling things in order to raise funds for the needy. And very often we have returning graduates who tell us there is no caring place as TP. All right. Okay. Now, what happens to those students who have very high potential? How do we engage them? Now, when we see that they have the ability, the potential to stretch themselves to become leaders, we do that by enrolling them in this Temasek Engineers Award program. So besides competence in engineering, we want them to develop as leaders who have a heart to serve the community, either the local community or the global community. So this aligns very well with the Temasek Leadership Program, which you might have heard if you have attended the previous session by the principal and the academic FS. Well, global exposures, as I told you at the beginning, plenty of opportunities. In fact, every student has been on at least one trip, overseas trip. The trips can range from a few days up to 3 to 4 months, depending on whether they are part of the global studies subject or they're going on overseas study trips, community projects, or even attached to companies overseas. So we cover many places in the region. We work and collaborate with many institutions and companies in the countries in the region. What's more, we have many financial schemes, a lot of bursaries. In fact, more than 2/3 of our student population are eligible for bursaries, and there are scholarships as well. The scholarships range from the industry scholarships all the way to even special scholarships which are given by TP itself. Let's talk about one such scholarship, the Temasek Polytechnic Scholarship for engineering students. You see that bracket engineering. Now, I'm going to let you into a secret. We have 6 schools in TP, and the engineering school is one of the largest. 30% of the TP population is in the School of Engineering. Now, the number of scholarships available for the engineering students is equal to the total number of all the Temasek Polytechnic scholarships available to the rest of the schools. So if you add the scholarships available to the other 5 schools, that is the number of scholarships that engineering students have. For instance, if there are 30, if you put together all the scholarships from other schools is 30, there are 30 scholarships for just engineering students alone. Now, why such a partial treatment? The reason is because, as I said, industry transforming very fast, technology transforming. There's a lot of digitalization going on. Artificial intelligence, automation, robotics is taking over the world. But at the same time, we need engineers who are equipped with all these cutting edge skills. So the government, the national agenda is to nurture and grow a pool of engineers, which is why we faithfully follow we want to have more engineering students who can learn these skills and contribute back to the nation. All right, who is eligible then? Now, after you join us, if you're ranked among the top 5% based on your first semester examination results, then you're eligible. Of course, we would expect you to have good co-curricular activities. Your CGPA should be at least a 3.5 and above, and you should show potential for leadership, have strong leadership qualities. If you meet these criteria, you will get a quantum of 3,000 per year. Now, this is renewable every year, depending on whether you maintain your academic and other attributes as well. So a total quantum of 9,000 for this award. And it also comes with a $5,000 valued overseas immersion program, where the scholars will go on an overseas trip to immerse themselves in one of the emerging industry areas. So what are you waiting for? You know, we have much to offer. Do make your choices wisely and join us. We're also aware from our surveys that many of our students aspire on going over to the university. Now, one way they complete their diploma, then they go to the university. The other way is what they could do is even when they are in their year 3, they could sign on for what is known as the University Pathway Program. The Mechatronics Diploma has a collaboration with SIT, whereby we have the TP-SIT Pathway Program. So sometime during the end of year 2, when students have performed well and gotten 3.6 and above, they are eligible for applying for this program. Of course, they would have to undergo assessment through interviews. And if they are successful, then they would start taking modules during their final year, final semester. Now, by doing so, they are able to finish their degree much earlier than their peers, simply because they are starting on their degree earlier. If you would like to know more about this, you can always go into the TP website and look for the mechatronics course and click on the chat there. We do have lecturers who would be able to advise you more. Finally, I would like to talk a little bit about our performance at the WorldSkills Singapore competition. Now, this is something similar to the Olympics, but for the skills. All right, this is a national skills competition, and those who win gold will go on to the world level WorldSkills competition. Over the years, we have been doing very well. And the results that you see here is results for 2020. And we are very proud of it, simply because this is a benchmark of how well our students can be trained by our courses, by our staff. Now, this is not the only competition. There are many major national competitions in which our students have been doing well across all the diplomas. This is indeed a testimony to our engineering competency. That's all I have to share with you. And if you want to know more, you can find us on social media. You can also go to our TP website and look for engineering, and within there, look for the courses that you would like to know more about. If, let's say, you would like to talk to someone, you can always click on the Ask TP and chat. Or you can go to the individual diplomas and chat with our counselors. You can also download the mobile app for whether Android or for iOS. It is called the TP Open House 2021 mobile app, and you can get more details about it. All right, now let's move on to the Q&A segment. I will now like to call upon my panelists, who are the course chairs from the various diplomas. They will join me in. Let me look at the questions that you have posted on the chat. Okay, the first question is here. Does aviation management course take in student with cochlear implant on both ears with nearly 100% hearing and has intention to be air traffic controller? Okay, Abbas, could you help us with this, please?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for asking the question. I think for this particular question regarding the student that interested in air traffic controller, I think even though you have 100% hearing, I think for the job of air traffic controller, the air traffic controller need to use headset all the time, and this hearing implant may have difficulty or impact on the work. So in this case, it may not be suitable for them to join air traffic controller. But if the student interested in aviation management, we have a different path route for the front line and the back end operation, for management, for business. And but for those who are interested in specialized job like air traffic controller, piloting, cabin crew, they need to be 100% fit and medically certified by the authority. So hopefully that will answer the question. Thank you.
I would like to add on that, the JAE booklet that you will receive will also indicate what are some of the things that you should look out for in terms of disabilities. For instance, if we're visually impaired, there are certain courses that you can't join simply because of the requirements of the job. Yeah, let's move over to the next question. This question is about the common engineering program, whether it will be more suitable for a student who is not sure which specialization to go into. Yes, you're right. Let me ask Mr. Ho to add on.
Hey, hi, this is Peng Chin. I'm from the Common Engineering Program. Yes, this is a very, very good question. Common Engineering Program, definitely for somebody who's not too sure which engineering course to choose from. And as the name suggests, it is a program, it is not a diploma. All right, we take you in first, you join us, and then after that, you make a decision of a diploma choice. All right, it's definitely, put it this way, if you have received your O-level results and you have only maybe 5 days to make a choice of which engineering course you want to choose, it's stressful and you're not too sure which course, especially to choose in the engineering field. So why not join the Common Engineering Program? And that's where it cuts up for this group of people. Join us first, and within 1 semester, you have your time to think about which course you want to specialize and choose. And within the semester, before you choose the course, we'll organize course talk for you, diploma workshop for you. We will also have decision-making tools designed by our career guidance team to guide you along which course suit you most in terms of your strength and weakness, your passion. All right. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you make an informed decision after you join us and then make the choice. All right. So this is something the highlight that I want to explain to you regarding the Common Engineering Program. Thanks for the question.
Thank you, Peng Chin. We can move on to the next question. Should a student who doesn't take biology in secondary school worry about joining biomedical engineering? Adrian, could you help us, please?
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you for the question. So don't have to worry about biology because in our course, we start from scratch. So we will teach our students the common concepts of biology in year 2 because most students will start off with year 1 common engineering, and then in year 2 we have the biology subjects and the chemistry subjects in. So you don't have to worry because we will talk about we'll teach you the fundamentals of biology, and you should be able to pace yourself and go through the course without a problem. Yeah, because we have many students from the past without biology and make it through with good grades, good CGPA, and manage to go to universities. So don't have to worry. If you need more information, you can come and talk to us at the website. There's a link there. Our counselors are there to help you further understand the subjects in biomedical engineering. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adrian. Okay, the next question is about career prospects for those in diploma in business process and systems engineering, and about the degree courses that are offered in the local universities. Over to Hing Loon.
Yes, sure. Hi, morning. Right. So I think with respect to the career prospect for graduates from business process and system engineering, because this is a hybrid course, so it does provide a variety of career aspect because it cuts through different sectors. Because mainly in BZE we are looking at processes, which looks at production processes. It can be in terms of manufacturing processes. It could also be in terms of retail processes. So actually, we are very versatile in many areas. So in terms of career prospect, it is really quite a wide spectrum out there. And because of the nature of curriculum setup, students find it a lot easier to move into specialty for their further study program. So many of our students actually would move into business degree or engineering degree. And we also have a fair bit of students who move into the computer science and informatics area. Yeah. So yeah. So just to mention, we also have interesting students who take a very different aspect. They move into hospitality, right? So in BZE, your options are really wide. The only thing is that you should challenge yourself to further study so that you can specialize in an area as you develop. Yes, thank you for that.
Thank you, Hing Loon. Okay, could I get a degree in mechanical engineering with a specialization in automotive if I get a diploma in mechatronics? Choi Peng, could you help with this?
Yeah, sure. Good morning. Thank you for this question, Kiran. In the diploma in mechatronics, we don't specialize in automotive per se, but in the diploma in mechatronics is actually combinations of mechanical, electronics, as well as intelligent computer control. So in the process of doing this, students may need to learn outside of the curriculum. As you can see in the group of students who actually built the Echo car, there are a lot of others knowledge that is beyond the curriculum. We don't just restrict you to learn by the book.
Okay, thank you, Choi Peng. There are some questions about what is the percentage of people from engineering courses that are going into university. At least based on the survey that we do, the survey done in 2019, we find that about almost 60% of the students are going into universities. They may not all be going into the autonomous universities though. I think for the autonomous universities is about 30 to 40%. The rest could be going to private universities. Yeah. Are there any other questions? Okay, there's one more. Just wondering what to look forward to when joining computer engineering courses through PFP. So I reckon you're already a PFP student. PFP is to prepare you for the diploma. So after that 1 year preparatory program, you will join the computer engineering course. May I call upon Mr. Sao Chiang to answer this, please?
Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Hi, I'm the course chair for computer engineering. Now, as a student who's joining computer engineering, whether you are from PFP or from JAE, you will get to learn hardware stuffs. You will get to learn software programming skills. You get to learn how to integrate them and put them together. And besides the traditional computer engineering areas, we are also looking into emerging areas such as industrial IoT, data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotic process automations, virtual reality, etc. Okay, so there's many things that you can learn, and I think one of these things will suit you. All right, I hope. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Sir Xiao Chen. Are there any more questions? We can take 2 more questions due to time constraints. Okay, what do you suggest for students who wish to continue to pursue their degrees in local uni after graduating with a diploma in aviation management? Abbas, could you please help?
For students in diploma in aviation management,
some options to switch the division. For those who have completed the direct relation to the diploma to be the business.
Okay, sorry. Okay, for this question about diploma in aviation management, for students interested to pursue their degree in local uni, so we have a program in business in air transport with SIT. So that would be a direct relation with the diploma, and students have advantage in terms of some advanced standing given to the student in joining the diploma. And but again, for those who are in this diploma, they can actually pursue business degree in any of the local uni. So there's different option for the student in aviation management. Thank you.
Thank you, Abbas. We can take one more question, one last one. There are some questions about, okay, here's one question. What is the percentage of people from engineering courses that go to university in TP? I think I told you that already. About 60% go to university, but that seems very high because there are some part-time university courses being pursued as well. For the autonomous universities, is about 30 to 40%. Yeah. I think with this, we will come to the end of this Q&A session. Thank you very much for coming into this virtual session, and I hope we have given you advice that would be useful in your selection when you get your results. On behalf of all the course chairs here, I would like to wish you all the best for your results on Monday. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Right.